overrated, though, when you look at it. I mean, this guy was slated to be, you know, the best WrestleMania wrestler in the history of WrestleMania, and he's just, like, so fucking overrated. You saw the way that WrestleMania match ended with Taker and Roman Reigns. Roman couldn't even pick fucking Taker up. He botched it twice and couldn't pick Taker up. And he was supposed to steal Taker's move during that match and put him away. He couldn't even pick Undertaker up. And this is the guy we're going to make the face of the WWE? A guy that can't even pick up a legend? But he wants to go around saying, oh, this is my yard. I'm the new big dog now. Bro, a big dog.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the NXT champion, Bobby Roode.
Byron, I think it's safe to say that Bobby Roode's entrance has
right.
sports entertainment. Yeah, it's really become a
I mean, but you also have to understand, look at his body of work since they've pushed him to beat Undertaker. Do you remember in 2017, all those matches that he lost, countless number of matches he lost towards the end of 2017, leading up to WrestleMania? That's what people don't talk about. Right? Yeah, I understand that Vince wants him to be the company, but we also have to look back to the two, like, major pay-per-views. He really isn't. Yes, but he's still Raw. He's still Raw. Right. Right, true. Yeah, but I'm saying, though, I still think it's too early to be pushing Roman like this. I mean, you remember the loss he had at SummerSlam in 2017 when he took the pin to, he had that one loss of Extreme Rules, and then he had the loss of SummerSlam. And then he had the loss to Nakamura in the Royal Rumble. And somehow lost to The Miz for the title.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna keep asking about this. So, continuing on with current pushes of, superstars in the WWE, also, WWE is talking about pushing the Twist of Fate master, Jeff Hardy. And he's supposed to return around WrestleMania 34. And word scuttlebutt around the world is he's supposed to be in line for one of the biggest pushes I've ever seen WWE superstars get. Now, his target date for him to return is in April And, you know, from what I'm reading on Twitter, it could be a potential return with his brother Matt as Brother Nero. Now, my question to you is, what do you think about that now that Matt Hardy has been transferred into his, I guess, Woken appearance, if you want to call it? I don't know what the hell you call it, but right, because it was like, when I first heard that announced, I was like, Woken? Are they trying not to get copyrighted by TNA, or what?
Wow, he just slammed him with ease. Connects with a knee drop.
Well,
The human body can only absorb
true,
so much of that.
true, very true.
He's on the defensive here. He's going to want to make sure he's under control. This match is so evenly contested right now that it's almost impossible to pick a winner. I guess we'll just have to settle in and enjoy the action. He's really taking over this match now. That one was packed with plenty of malice. He's one step ahead on that one. Ain't no stopping him now. Looking at it.
Well, I mean, you remember... Yes, 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 it was. It was off the chain. Yes, it was absolutely... It was amazing.
He's too quick for him there. He's on the ropes and the ref wisely stops the count. Check out Bobby Roode's offense.
Yes, AJ.
Check out Bobby Roode's offense.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, getting back to Jeff, I mean, you remember after his return last year, there were a lot of rumors that were going around that he could be in line for a massive singles push. So, I mean,
Oh no, we've got a problem here, guys. No kidding.
you see him as the IC? I mean, I kind of want to see him as the U.S. championship. I mean, how many times has he won the U.S. title?
He turns it around.
I think something like that.
Few superstars are as dominant as this guy.
Anyway, well, going back to what you're saying. Right.
Pays for that one.
I think so.
That's what happens when
Another superstar shakeup?
you go down. Oh, what impact.
Right.
The way I see it, this
More than likely, I mean, yeah. But I doubt that. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Call your friends, let them know what's going on right now in this awesome match. Back in from the floor. Talk about having the living hell beat out of you. He might just have nothing left to give, guys. There's no way he knows where he is right now.
So they're going back to like, yeah, like, okay, so yeah. So,
He's in a tough spot here, Corey. And if he doesn't get up, it's going to get a lot.
true.
When this guy's on, look out.
Giving people time to develop in the developmental leagues before they call them up to NXT and stuff.
Nothing left. He misses there. You just can't miss by that much, Cole. Steele clearly out of his element here. He'll need to find a way. Hoping to end it here. after that one. Yeah, that did some big-time damage, Michael.
True.
Check out Bobby Roode's offense.
Well, I mean, so far, it's looking good. I like the first couple of superstars that they're going to be pushing. I mean, I'm not so thrilled that Roman made the list, but at the same time, when it's your time to shine, it's your time to shine, and I'm not going to knock WWE. So moving on from that topic, another superstar who is getting a push in the WWE is one that just debuted at Royal Rumble. You may know her all too well, Mr. Specialist. Former UFC Bantamweight Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, rumored to get a big push from the WWE. And people like Nia Jax and Nikki Bella and Sasha Banks are not too thrilled with her signing into the WWE. So what's your take on that? Huh?
Here is your winner, Bobby Roode.
And that's a win to start off the night. And you just know the rest of the card is watching in the back, wondering
Uh-huh.
how to follow that. Plenty more action still to come here tonight, folks.
Right.
The match we have next is going to be awesome. Stay where you are. It's the powers of pain against a tuned group of combatants. Big time matchup.
Well, I mean, I can see where you're going with that, but how do you go about setting up her WrestleMania? I mean, do you put her in with the Divas and give her a shot at the title, or do you make... Yeah, do you just, like, immediately go out... I mean, do you immediately, like, put her in a storyline where she goes out and becomes #1 contender and just wins it all at WrestleMania, or do you just, like, give her a match against the top-name superstar and see if she can win and have a WrestleMania moment? How do you go about booking her at WrestleMania match type-wise? How would you book Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania if you were the owner? Right.
That's one thing I do take out of Roman Reigns' talks about Brock Lesnar.
True.
Yeah, people don't like him, but he
On the way to the ring, Cassidy Jones and Emily Taylor, the powers of pain.
Here we go, and it sounds to me like
Right.
is more than ready
Right.
for this one. So am I, Michael. I've been looking forward to this match for a long, long time.
Well, yes, but you also have the fact that, you know, she could be in that potential rivalry with Asuka for Asuka's undefeated streak. What if they book Ronda Rousey against Asuka at WrestleMania in place of Rousey, Angle versus H and McMahon? Which is who currently? Of course.
well, she not want that match.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
And their opponents. First,
true, true. So, moving on from that, another guy that you and me both like right now, he's had some ups and downs. We've disliked him before. We've liked him before. We've disliked him last time, and now we like him this time. Another guy getting a huge push, possibly before WrestleMania. The undisputed truth himself, the man, Seth freaking Rollins. What do you take on Seth Rollins being pushed by the WWE before WrestleMania 34? What's that? Well, I'm just saying, you know, the last match that I watched Seth Rollins take place in was that 7-man gauntlet match where he lasted, what was it, like an hour and 5 minutes, which like set the record for like the longest time in a match.
I'm just saying.
Was
Everybody knows.
right.
and her partner.
After
From Staten Island, New York, the Princess of Staten Island, Carmella.
Here comes the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. Whatever. The way Carmella won that match is a complete travesty.
Ooh. I mean, you know, ever since, right? Well, I mean, you also remember Rollins made a lot of headway when he smoked Triple H at, what was it, last year's WrestleMania on that unsanctioned match. Rollins made a lot of noise beating Triple H in that match. So, I mean, I can understand why WWE would want to bury him.
But Rollins might actually still go get
Oh.
Here we go, folks, as we kick off this tag team match.
out of the crowd.
Did you hear that? What impact! Winds up and lands the overhand punch. Jones has to be thinking about what right now? What's going to be her role in this tag? Can they get it done?
She's got her game face on, Cole, and if it's not just her, her partner does too. You really have to like their chances here tonight.
Oh yeah, here's Nikki Cross. Gets her with a headbutt. This is
Right.
where Jones wants to be. Her and her partner making a great tag team. We'll see what they're made of here.
The good news is that if it gets too out of
It just, it doesn't sound good either way that you put it, right?
At this point, I think it's fair to call into question her preparation for this match. She's clearly being outclassed right now.
I just don't even. I don't even want to see.
Yeah, I couldn't bear to watch Dean Ambrose become a heel. I mean, the guy's been face since he started. I mean, he was a face back even when he was under the ring name John Moxley. And if you remember John Moxley, he's the dude with the pink ponytail. Well, I don't know, man. There was a time when everybody thought they weren't going to turn Undertaker heel, and, you know, Undertaker was a bad guy for a while there.
What they want to do
Her
is
partner aren't going to let this derail them, though.
I really like the resolve we've seen from her in this tag team match, guys. Though, I wouldn't be against the tag here.
Oh, so where, like, you don't expect it, like, oh yeah, he's the biggest freaking superstar in the world. He's this, and this, and then at the last second just blow everybody's mind with him turning heel, right? I see what you're trying to do there.
Whoa, look out! Gutbuster!
wait until spot like
That strike was strategically placed on her.
he turns heel.
Up and over.
Saw it coming. Never saw it coming.
She might. It's just a matter of time now. She's in firm control of this one.
Right.
That's how it's already.
And tagged in is Jones.
True.
Now that
Oh my gosh. Carmella's in a real bad spot. Shoulders down, is it enough? And the count's broken, keeping the match alive. She lands the belly to back. Oh no, she's in a bad way now.
Right.
Back inside the ring now. Carmella is making her presence known. Hoping to end it early. And she kicks out with relative ease.
She's more durable than she looks, guys.
Oh, he did say that, didn't he? I just remembered.
Time is of the essence here too, Michael.
Well, I mean, at the same point, do you think he's turning into another John Cena, though? With the way he's cutting his promos and acting. Do you think he's turning into another John Cena, or is he actually set out to become what he said, which was his own guy?
She's made the tag, and her partner is on absolute fire right now.
John Cena. Actually,
Wow, that's any indication she's not taking any prisoners in this one.
True, very true.
Stumbling a little bit here. You can see her partner wants to get tagged in here.
She's taking on quite a bit of damage here, guys, and if she doesn't find a way to make the tag soon, this one might be over.
One of these women has
What what they're saying about Cena?
looks like it might just be her opponent. Boom! That's what makes her so dangerous.
asshole attitude.
Just that straight up, I don't give a fuck about you attitude, pretty much.
Nikki Cross is
You're
in
not
trouble.
gonna like him for a while.
And she delivers a crushing leg
Because
sweep.
people don't like him.
Going for it all here.
Halfway through, shit like that.
This is it.
True.
Her chance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure our table just shook a bit.
But I mean, at the same time, you could do all that. But I mean,
Time. She is ready for a fight tonight.
say Roman Reigns
Her in her sights.
gets on a hot streak and down the line he ends up winning 13, 14 titles and he gets put in the same spot as John Cena where he's wore out, broken, beat down from all the years he's spent in there and all the titles he's won and all the promos he's given. What happens? What do you do with Roman Reigns when he's put in the exact same predicament as John Cena where he's got, you know, the best world champions record within his view, but WWE's just going to fuck him around? What do we say about Roman Reigns when that happens to him, if it happens to him? That's what I want to know. Say, like, I mean, Roman's what? A 1-2-time champion right now? Something like that? I'm just saying, though.
He has a broken record already. That's not breaking the record that
Here are your winners, Cassidy Jones and Emily Taylor, the powers of pain.
You heard the ring announcer. This one's over. And here's your winner.
To get the pinfall victory over such a high
That he is.
incredibly impressive, Michael.
What a way to kick off tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started.
Yeah, because he'll own that record. Oh, significantly. Significantly.
or you're gonna get better.
Significantly.
Already 3 years. 5 years.
So, no, what was it? 2014 they debuted? 13? So, yeah, 5 years. Coming up on 6. Oh,
Already got
Oh my God, he's fucking he's scary good.
You wouldn't know that he was
Yeah, when you first saw him, you were just like, oh yeah, this guy's just a jabroni, a fill-in. He's just the muscle. And then he comes out of the Shield beating The Undertaker, winning titles on SportsCenter, winning awards. Like, I've never expected that out of Muscle. What? Where did that come from?
I never
Buckle up because we have a contest that's going to blow the roof off this place. We have the Authors of Pain against TM61.
This is going to be good.
I was so invested in like watching the show that like
It opens your eyes when it happened, didn't it?
freaking when Triple H comes out and he has Randy Orton right next to him. You're just like,
Where did that come from? Like, I'm sure your reaction... Yeah, I'm sure your reaction was the same, like, whoa, wait, what? Did that just happen? What's happening? Because that's exactly what I said. I was like, wait a minute, wait, what? Hold on, why did Rollins just turn? Pretty much.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 620 pounds, Razor and Akam,
The perfect turn.
Here we go, and it sounds to me like the crowd is more than ready for this one. So am I, Michael. I've been looking forward to this match for a long
That took a lot out of me watching that, because I was just like, oh my God, what just happened? This guy who calls himself the architect and says he came up with this just turned on his best friends, and I was just like, wow. So, I mean, now that we've got Roman Reigns' business out of the way, who do you think the WWE should push now that the Royal Rumble has ended? In my eyes, I'll give you my first guy. I think Aiden English should get the push.
what the hell?
Because he doesn't get enough love. I mean, you know, they had him partnered in with the Vaudevillains, and then the guy that was Aiden English's teammate went off on a dumbass train and got himself fired from the WWE, which pretty much screwed Aiden's career up. So, in terms, you need to give Aiden just a little bit of love. I mean, the guy's there every night working his ass off, and he's taking these humiliating ass losses, but he's getting lucky on some of it. I think you need to just put him...
and I can assure you that this will be a tough
Yeah, but Rusev's getting all the love.
Loves Rusev.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The whole reason for those two being put together was for Aiden to get the push, not Rusev, in my eyes. Aiden's supposed to be partnered with Rusev, who's the Bulgarian Brute, the United States champion, a champion in anyone's eyes. I mean, he's freaking Rusev. He's a fucking 300-pound kicking machine that can kick your head off with one shot. You would think that you would think like a guy of Aiden English's caliber being partnered with Rusev, you'd think all the attention would be like, well, what did Aiden English do to get Rusev as a partner? But no, it's ass backwards. It's why did Rusev get partnered with Aiden English? And Rusev's just getting all the damn love left and right. It befuddles me because, I mean, as they say, kayfabe's dead, but, I mean, that's kind of predictable and stupid. I mean, Rusev's already big. I mean, he's got a champion. You need to give the love to a guy who's never had the lights on him before. Like, open Aiden's eyes. Like, give him a #1 contender shot, but have him come up short so he knows he has to work harder. Put him through some shit. That guy! That guy! Simon Gotch! That dumbass. Well, maybe now that he has a guy like Rusev, they could make a serious run at the tag team titles. But still,
doesn't necessarily appear to be on his mind right now.
If things don't change in a hurry, this has all the makings of a short evening for him.
make that two of us.
There's the suplex. He's simply reminding him that he's here.
Oh, Gentleman Jack Gallagher? Wow! We got a Jack Gallagher sighting, people! Yeah, he would. Hey, come on, you can't knock Jack Gallagher, though. That little guy tries. Hey, come on, though.
He's inflicting some serious pain here.
Look like a thong on you. Come on, though. Don't be knocking Jack Gallagher, though, bro. You got to give it to that little guy. When he gets in the ring, he'll go at your ass. He's like, bro, I'm here. Exactly. That thing's deadly. Like, damn, Jack.
This move inflicts pain, slow and agonizing pain. I mean,
No, because I haven't seen Gallagher as a heel yet. Gallagher gives off that face. I mean, he's a heel right now, but he gives off that face. Like, he gives off that face vibe like he should be a face. He's not a heel. He's...
plenty of downward thrust on that elbow drop. Sent crashing back down. Doesn't show any signs of getting up here, guys.
I think it's probably just because of the comedic actions of, you know, Aiden English. Because he's a bit of a goofball in the ring. Isn't he? He's a bit of a goofball in the ring.
He's starting to stumble here, and you have to assume his partner is just itching to get in there right about now.
It looks to me like he's really trying to carry the... Oh, man, crushing clothesline. There it is.
Oh. Here he goes. Perfectly timed slam. So impressive. His shoulders are down. And there's a kick out at 2.5. Just needs to do more damage. Ain't no stopping him now. He hits him with the knee.
True. True. So, you thinking they're going to get snubbed before WrestleMania? Do you think they'll get snubbed for a WrestleMania bid? Do you think, like, say there's just, like, it's a WrestleMania card filler, like, middle card match. Do you think Rusev and English should get a bid in WrestleMania in a mid-card match, or just miss WrestleMania altogether this year? Alright. Right. Right. Very true. Very true. Okay, so, I mean, with that being said, who do you book him? Well, I mean, Finn Balor was the first ever Universal Championship. That's something you can't take away from him.
That was a game changer right there, Michael.
Well, I mean,
Now that's a takedown.
the match with John Cena, I thought that match was so unbelievably fucked. It was like from the minute they booked those two, it was just a stupid fucking match. I mean, you watched that episode, you watched that match, right? Cena versus Balor on Raw. You saw that one, right? Dude, did you not see the way the crowd was getting to John Cena? Like, I've been watching John Cena since '05 at the height of his career, and I have never once seen the crowd get to John Cena like that. Like, they were so against him in that match. It was like John Cena was Razor Ramon that night. People hated his ass. And did you happen to see the back and forth between Finn and John? Every time John would hit a strike, mad boos. Every time Finn would hit a strike, mad cheers. And I was just like, wow, this is one of the worst bookings I've ever seen. Yeah, it was one of... Like, I've been watching WWE a long time, and I have to say, in my eyes, that was probably one of the worst matches I've ever seen WWE book. Because you have a guy of the caliber of Finn Balor who is currently in need of an ass-kicking of a push, because the crowd is just overjoyed to see Finn Balor. He needs an ass-kicking of a push. And then you got a guy who's just rapidly declining, and John Cena, week by week, he's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Not where he wants to be right now. Yeah, you're not going to win many matches when you're down.
Right. Like, he's been face for too long. Like, he's been in the company, what, 14, 15 years now? 16? Yeah.
He's still not moving, guys.
Yeah, he's a babyface. He's a babyface.
Oh, yeah, here's Angel.
I don't know. That's the $1 million question.
Another great tag team match here tonight. I don't think the tag team scene has ever been hotter here in WWE.
Down with a power bomb.
Right.
Might just be the final nail in the coffin. In case you're keeping score.
And this has got to be it. One. That could have been it right there.
He got pushed so much.
Still trying to get back to his feet here. He's clearly in a
True. So sort of like, he's got that Big Show type thing going on right now, where people were just like, please retire, please retire. Do you think we'll see that?
Big Show wants to come back, and he might come back around WrestleMania, or past WrestleMania maybe. He might
Right.
make it to WrestleMania.
But you remember when Big Show was wrestling, he had that please retire chant going, and people were just madly booing Big Show, and he was just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm wrestling, I don't care about none of you. Do you remember that? Do you think we could see that with John Cena within the next year or so if he doesn't retire?
John Cena can actually be one of the best heels at this time, for just the point being that everyone already hates him.
So, do you think it would come as a surprise to people? I mean, because you
Yeah.
realize, because Cena has a
Nobody's
lot
gonna
of...
expect John Cena to turn heel after being face for 15 years. Like, now, like, people probably thought he was gonna turn heel 10 years ago.
showing very few signs of life here.
It's way past that now.
Might as well ring the bell.
Like,
And now
yeah, he's like one of the best face to ever be in WWE.
True,
That's-
very true.
But if he turns heel right now, and then for a while, and then turns back to face, he might actually get the fans back.
So, are we talking about a possible Rocky mirror here, where Dwayne Johnson was on the top of his game, and then people started booing, and then he went heel, and he was really, really, really good as a heel, and then he went back face and was like 35,000 times better face. Oh, you talking about that kind of transition for John Cena?
He could use it.
I mean, because you remember how good of a heel Dwayne Johnson was. I mean, when he turned heel, he fucking embraced that. He was like, oh, you don't like me? Well, here's a big fact. Fuck you to all of you. I don't like any of you either. I mean,
he could use a heel turn because where he's at right now is after he beats The Undertaker, then what happens? He has nothing lined up right now.
I mean, yeah, he's done pretty much everything he set out to do. We're talking what? Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner. He's headlined WrestleMania. He's won the WWE Championship numerous freaking times. He's won Tag Team Championship. He's competed on ECW, won Extreme Rules, got into a fight with Brock Lesnar, beaten Brock Lesnar.
Intercontinental Championship.
Intercontinental Championship. United States Championship. Like, he's done more than what he's even expected himself to do.
Intercontinental, right? Pretty sure he has.
Yeah, I think he has.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen him with an Intercontinental title.
He's done way more than he's expected himself to do. Like, he's exceeded accomplishments far beyond known to man. Like, when all is said and done for Cena, he's going to go down as probably the best wrestler in WWE.
Is he not a Grand Slam champion?
I think he is a Grand Slam champion.
I don't know if
do you want to look that up and check? Do you want to?
I thought he did.
Yeah, yo, look it up and check. I think he's a Grand Slam champion, and if he is, that would make him, Michaels, and I think like 2 or 3 other people as the only Grand Slam champions. I know Shawn Michaels is a Grand Slam champion. Is Roman's a Grand Slam champion too?
Yeah, and Dean Ambrose.
And Dean, okay. So
Seth ain't though.
Seth, okay, because he didn't win at the pay-per-view. So yeah, I would go ahead and check, because I think Cena is a Grand Slam champion. I'm not exactly too sure, but
I'm pretty sure he's had it.
I am.
But I can't remember, so like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's had it. It shows him right here holding it.
Okay. Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam.
That was in 2017.
2017? No.
Why does it say 2017?
No. Did he win a title in 2017? Good God, my voice cracked. Did he?
I remember him winning a title in 2017, but I don't remember the Intercontinental title being it.
Oh, he won the IT title? What?
Well, why didn't John Cena accomplish the IC title?
Hold on,
he might not have it.
I just got a list here. Hey, here's a little side note for you. Did you know Eric Young is the Impact Grand Slam champion? He did that in 2014. And Samoa Joe did it in 2008. And AJ did it in 2009. Whoa! I got a listing here. AJ Styles won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, June 11, 2003. Whoa.
See, every article I've ever I'm looking at is not working out.
Right. Well, I mean, you can keep looking it up. I'm going to keep going on.
Back in 2015, he hasn't won it yet. So.
Right. So, I guess we'll remember as we go down the line. I mean, with his body of work, he's got acting. Do you see him just retiring
And it
this
says
year?
on May 1st, 2017, he hasn't had one yet.
Okay, so
Has he had it since May 1st?
I'm not even sure.
I don't think he.
I mean, from everything that
That's
I
crazy.
watched all the pay-per-views, and it looked like he had the Grand Slam from all the pay-per-views. Because I watched all the ones that he was scheduled to be in.
That's crazy. If he hasn't won it, that's crazy.
That would be the last thing on Cena's list, would be the Grand Slam champion, and then he could be done. He will have won everything in the WWE, except the Cruiserweight Championship. I mean, that would put him in a list by himself, wouldn't it? Because he's done a lot more than Shawn Michaels. Well, no. Not entirely. Shawn Michaels was the European champion. Cena's never bid for the European Championship.
9 superstars who have won every championship. Oh shit!
Oh, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out.
Obviously, Edge. Okay.
Oh,
Big
Edge, Big Show made it? Wow. That's crazy.
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, Latino Heat. Yeah, Guerrero was a good one. Daniel Bryan? Yes. Okay, I'm good. He made the list.
Kurt Angle.
Hey, I'm not surprised Angle made it. Angle was a good champion.
Obviously, Chris Jericho.
Well, he's WWE's first ever undisputed champion, so I'm really not surprised by that.
Dean Ambrose.
That one comes as a little bit of surprise. I did not know Dean had won.
Roman Reigns.
Roman, I'm not too surprised with the push he's been getting.
So John Cena ain't on you.
So John Cena hasn't. Okay, so John Cena isn't the Grand Slam champion yet. So I think that's the last thing on Cena's list, is why he's probably trying
Unless
so
this list
hard.
is wrong, but I doubt it.
I seem like that list seems up to date to me. So, specialist, back me up on this. I think that's the last thing Cena's chasing, and that's why he's pushing so hard to get to WrestleMania. Is he wants that Grand Slam championship.
Well, to be a Grand Slam champion, he has to win the Intercontinental title.
So, I
He's
mean,
not going for that title.
there's still a lot of time. There's still a month before the pay-per-view, or not a month, a couple 30-something odd days until WrestleMania.
Because Roman Reigns just got the Grand Championship, or Grand Slam last year, I think. The end of last year when he beat The Miz.
Right.
Boy.
Well, I mean, how about we come back to that after we figure it out later? Alright, let's keep going on, you know, who deserves a big push since the Royal Rumble. Okay, you ready for my number 2 selection?
Oh yeah, see the article was from November 23, 2017.
Oh yeah, that's old then. Okay, so...
No, that's 4 months ago.
Yeah, but I mean... Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't think John Cena's had the Intercontinental title since then, so no. He ain't a Grand Slam.
Right. Alright, so...
Confirmed.
Ongoing to superstars who deserve a push, in my eyes. And I'm going to, like, cliche a few of them here. My number 2 superstar, I think, should go in Ty Dillinger. What do you think? Ty Dillinger.
I like that.
So...
10.
The perfect 10.
You know what? You know why they won't give him a push?
Why?
Is they don't like his 10 gimmick anymore.
Why?
They don't like him doing that 10 thing with his hands. And he don't like all the crowd chanting 10. or they don't like it, not him, but they don't like all the crowd chanting 10. That's why they're not putting him on TV and letting him win championships. Just because of the stupid 10 thing.
Gets the shoulder up. Just not enough damage done yet, Cole.
And you would think all you gotta do is change his gimmick, but that's not gonna work because all the crowd yells 10 now. And there's no way for them to stop that unless he's off of TV.
I mean, I never.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I've never heard that before. That's pretty dumb. I mean, that's questionable even by my standards. I mean, you're gonna bury a guy just because you don't like his theme music?
Not his theme music, his gimmick of 10, 10, 10, 10. They don't like it. I want to know why WWE is that gimmick.
Yeah, like, why are you trying to pull
now
it?
You don't like it. Now they change their mind. They don't like it. Like, you gave him that gimmick. You're the one that gave him a gimmick that you don't like. Why would you change your mind now? You can't just like, oh, we gave you that gimmick and now we don't like it, so you're not getting anything. You're
True.
just gonna have to stand down. That is honestly so fucked up.
Because, I mean, they pretty much buried him almost the minute he got on TV. Like, even from NXT, from NXT they gave him a lot of TV time, and then he gets called up to the main roster, and they just bury him instantly. Just right out the gate, just straight up attack him with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Like, seriously? How are you just gonna bury somebody like that?
A lot of people think this, and I probably would even think this if I watched NXT all the time. A lot of people think NXT is a lot better than the main roster of WWE. And Triple H runs NXT. Segway. No,
He said segue.
So obviously Vince is getting old. Vince wants to start a XFL back up again in 2020. Now let's say he can't handle both at once. If he lets, he's already letting Triple H take care of 205 Live now. That's why it's starting to get better. Triple H take care of that now. Now let's say a lot of people start watching that now. Then maybe, just maybe, he lets Triple H take care of the whole thing. Now, if he does that, the people that think NXT is good are gonna wanna watch Raw and SmackDown again, because Triple H obviously, even though I kind of worry about him, taking the power to his head and being able to do whatever he wants with himself or whatever. But he still knows how to make good matches. If you watch NXT, like, in NXT, there has been some of the best matches ever on NXT. And he knows how to book shit like that. So, I wouldn't doubt if he actually took Raw and SmackDown into his own hands. We might actually, WWE might actually be better in the future. He might give guys that he thinks needs a chance. People that we see down now, like you said, Ty Dillinger, when in WWE don't like his 10 thing. Triple H, if he takes over, Triple H was booking him in NXT. Why wouldn't he book him now?
I mean, that's a valid point. I mean, I can't really argue with that. I really expected more from WWE with Ty Dillinger. Because he's a hot shot. That kid can wrestle. That kid can kill it in the ring. So, I mean, I'm a little upset hearing that now, so. But, you know, I'll get over it. You know, the WWE is just going to continue screwing people over, and then, you know, it's going to collapse on itself, and people are going to riot, like the St. Augustine massacre. And somebody's going to get fucked up! But, you know, shit happens. Moving on. Specialist, I think you can agree with me here about this person that needs a push. Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch. What do you think?
Oh. Becky Lynch is already the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion.
Right.
I think she has some other things that she's first in. I can't even remember. She would have been the first ever Money in the Bank winner if it wasn't for James Ellsworth.
Carmella. That was so embarrassing watching those two. I was like, please.
You know what? That was probably one of the best things that they wrote in 2017, though. James Ellsworth and Carmella was.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was embarrassing, but so fucking hilarious.
It's great. And just like,
it's like, how did this little guy?
The only reason they ever made the Money in the Bank match happen again, right after the next week or whatever, was because of all the people were mad that James Ellsworth won, and it was sexist apparently because a man won the women's match. Oh my god. He didn't win. Carmella won. He just helped her. Look at the guys' ladder matches. Lita came and helped the Hardy Boys one time.
True!
Is that sexist? No, it isn't. So, like, if you're gonna have the women be up just like the men, if you want to make it equal, then the shenanigans that happen in the men's freaking history-making matches, then the women have the same thing.
True.
If it's equal, then it's equal.
That.
So don't try to say. So they shouldn't even had a second match where Carmella went and got the briefcase. It should have just stayed as the first match where James Ellsworth won it, and people shouldn't have complained and got all mad at WWE for it, because it ain't WWE's fault, and it ain't sexist. It was a perfect storyline. It was great. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Damn, that's so incredibly true. Like,
plus, there's no rules in the ladder match. They used that to their advantage.
Wasn't there a time Trish Stratus went up during a title ladder match? Wasn't there a time? Oh, wasn't Chyna in one back in the 2000s, the Attitude Era? Might have been 1990. Might have been in my era. I think Chyna got involved in a ladder match between The Rock and Mark Henry. And I think either she screwed over Mark Henry or hit The Rock in the Family Jewels and caught. She hit The Rock in the Family Jewels and cost Rock an Intercontinental Championship against Triple H. I think it was at SummerSlam, because Triple H was in them damn stupid tight-ass spandex wrestling tights, dude. And I was like, bruh, this dude looks so ugly. So, yeah. So there's been numerous times in the WWE where a woman has gotten involved in a man's match. So why make a big deal because James Ellsworth, James Ellsworth went up and won a damn briefcase for Carmella? Why make a big fuss over
Hey,
it?
I mean, y'all couldn't even complain. I mean, he's pretty much a woman anyway. Look at him. I he's pretty much a woman anyway. He
That's
can't
fucked
fight,
up.
so obviously he couldn't be in the males division. He had to be in the women's division. So,
That's some
So-
fucked up, bro.
just like how he got in a match with Becky Lynch. Like, there's no... You don't see freaking one of the top guys, Braun Strowman, getting in a match with freaking Charlotte or something. What the hell? So, he must have been in the women's division. That's the only thing I could think of. Like,
You know, it's funny you do
obviously-
that because it's funny you say that because in 2K18's My Career, there was a storyline I took where it put me in a match with Becky Lynch. Literally. I could do nothing. If I struck her, I got DQ'd. So I had to let her hit a move on me and then roll out of the damn ring. And then I'd roll back in the ring, let her hit a move on me, roll out of the damn ring. And I did it and got a 4-star match out of it. I was just like, that's so damn stupid. So, I mean, I wonder if that was WWE or the makers of 2K going, hey, you know what? Quit crying like a little bitch. We're going to put you in a match with a woman. Because I was cutting a lot of promos in the line that I took. But I'm recently going through it with a cruiserweight, and now I'm on Raw. So. But going back to Becky Lynch, do you think she deserves a slot in WrestleMania? Based on what she's done this year? Or last year?
there's been rumors they're having, so you know the Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
Oh, yes.
They
Synonymous.
might have a girls one.
What?
Too. I bet she would be in that one.
Do you think she
If it's
wins?
Drew, then that's probably where she's gonna be. She probably won't win, but depending on who's in it, at least. I don't know. Because I know Asuka, most likely, if she goes against Charlotte, she's gonna beat Charlotte for the SmackDown World Championship. And then it's gonna be Nia and Alexa, supposedly. Alexa most likely will retain, because that's just how Alexa is. She retains every time almost. Unless Asuka's there, because if Asuka was to go against her instead of Charlotte, then Asuka's gonna take that one. But I doubt it. I think they're still gonna keep pushing Alexa as the champion.
I mean, Alexa's kind of spoiled. WWE just kind of hands her whatever she wants. I mean, you get that feeling with Alexa? I mean, I'm not trying to shit talk Alexa, but it's just that vibe I'm getting. Like, she's just like that spoiled princess, and WWE's like, okay, you could have the title, just don't sue us. It feels like she's like blackmailing WWE. She just gives off that vibe with the way she carries herself. I don't like that. But, I mean, it's probably just me overthinking things, as always, because that's what I do. I overthink things. But, I mean...
Honestly, to me, Alexa Bliss is probably one of the best heel women right now. Like, as a heel, she is pretty much the perfect heel. You change her to a face, she's not going to be as good as she is now.
You think she's just got that evil streak? She's got that ruthless aggression everybody's looking for?
Like, she was a face in NXT. That did not work.
Right.
She was the little Barbie doll girl type shit.
Harley Quinn?
And that did not work. She's better as a heel. And speaking of heels, Bayley could be turning heel. And that could
Bayley?
be helping her career so much. So much. Because
Bayley?
all the times that Sasha Banks has screwed over Bayley and still been her friend, Bayley finally got mad when they were in a tag match Sasha Banks went to tag Bailey and she jumped off the fucking ring side. And then just this week, Bailey beat Absolution, and then Sasha Banks came out to help her while she was getting her ass beat after the match, and then Sasha went to hug her and she pushed Sasha away. It could be a heel turn. And if it is, it could actually really help her career, honestly.
It really could. Bailey's career's been lacking.
Because where she's at right now is just at nowhere. She's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Journeying to no man's land, as we call it.
And the reason why she's at where she's at is because of the worst segment WWE has probably ever had in the history of WWE. Is when she was against Alexa Bliss in 2017. And Alexa Bliss had all her little family things on a table and had her ex-boyfriend come out and her best friend and her teacher come out there. Like, I don't know what extent they were trying to do right there. And having Alexa look at a whole bunch of Bailey pictures and say, "Aw," and all that bullshit. Like, that was the worst segment.
Yeah.
That is stupid, and that really screwed over Bailey's career.
Really did.
Especially after all that happened, her even though it's probably made up, but her best friend kissed her ex-boyfriend right in the middle of the ring, and they said they were only the guy said he was only her boyfriend because he wanted to get to her best friend. And her best friend wanted to get to the boyfriend. So, like, it was... Like, how could you even... It's made up. Like, how could you even make that a segment? That is the stupidest segment ever.
That was a pretty brutal
after
segment.
that, then you have a kendo on a stick, or kendo stick on a pole match. And when Bailey gets the kendo stick, she can't even hit Alexa after all that. Which makes no sense because in NXT, when she starts out, she was that hugger type person that was nice to everybody just like she is now. And she had no mean streak. And then once she just tried and tried, couldn't get the title. And then finally, one of the women in the locker room told her, "Hey, you gotta straighten the F up because you need a mean streak. If you don't have a mean streak, you're not going to get anywhere." She got out that mean streak, and she ended up winning the title. But then when they brought her to the main roster, it's like they started her all over again. Back to the Bailey that didn't have the mean streak, that couldn't hit nobody with a weapon, that couldn't do anything. That's why they went through that segment, and it was a stupid segment. And if she goes heel, I feel like that's going to be great for her career.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you. I think that's the direction they need to head with Bailey. You know, I think it's going to do wonders for Bailey's career, and, you know, it could propel Bailey to new heights, but the stuff they're doing with her right now, if they're going to turn her heel, they need to hurry up and do it and just take the air out of the crowd right now. Just put her in a match, and directly after she wins the match, just beat the holy high hell out of her opponent after match. Have Sasha come in and try to break it up and have her just punch Sasha right in the face and just tear her ass out of the ring. And I think that's what they need to do. They just need that.
I heard that the whole thing that they're heading to is Bailey versus Sasha at WrestleMania. But I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the heel. Where, like, it could be Bailey from what she's doing, but they could do a major swerve and then have, like, Sasha get sick of Bailey messing with her like that and just turn on her. So, who's going to be the heel in that match? That's the question.
True.
that we don't know yet.
Very true. Very true. I mean, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And they need to go with Becky because I'm expecting big things out of her. I'm going to move on to my final person that I think deserves a push towards WrestleMania. And I think you might agree, you might disagree after hearing this name. But my third and final guy, I think it should be Kofi Kingston. Your thoughts on that?
As a singles competitor?
Huh?
As a singles competitor?
As a singles competitor. Break him off a New Day and branch him on his own journey. Set him up. Kofi Kingston is ready. He's been with New Day for almost 4 years now. 3-4 years now. He's ready.
A lot of titles as himself, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Before he got with New Day, and when he was with R-Truth, he did good. I wasn't watching back then, so I don't know what happened with the whole Kofi R-Truth thing. I don't know why they ended up breaking up, but that was a great tag team right there. Anyway, Kofi Kingston is a good singles competitor. The only thing that I don't understand is why they haven't gave him at least one WWE championship before he retires. Before he retires, he needs something.
That's what I'm saying.
He's had U.S. championships. I think he's even had Intercontinental championships. He's had tag team championships. He just ain't got his hands on a world championship.
That's what I'm saying. They need to branch Kofi off a New Day right within the next week. Because you see how Kofi does and everything. I know they're not going to, but you see how Kofi is doing right now. That boy is ready for a World Heavyweight Championship match. Kofi is kicking ass right now. Ever since that injury, he's been an ass-kicking machine. I mean, granted, I think he's lost a few matches here and there, but he's kicked a lot of ass. Kofi is ready for a World Heavyweight. Kofi has more than paid his dues. He is ready for a World Heavyweight Championship in my eyes. And I'm willing to tell you that. I believe in my heart Kofi Kingston is ready. And who you need to put him against is you need to give Finn Balor back the title and put Kofi Kingston versus Finn Balor in a goddamn no holds barred.
That's two different.
No.
Kofi's on SmackDown.
I know. Have Kofi jump over. Superstar Shakeup's happening in like a month? Say Kofi goes to Raw. Say Finn stays on Raw. Bro, set it up, bro. Kofi Kingston versus Finn Balor, 1-on-1, no holds barred for the WWE Universal Championship. All out. Let them fight every damn where. Destroy every damn thing. They will put a 5-star match on, and if you set Kofi up for the win, oh my god, that freaking crowd is gonna go ballistic. I'm telling you, that crowd is gonna go ballistic when Kofi Kingston wins the World Heavyweight Championship or the World Universal Championship. Either one of those. You put Finn Balor in the mix, that crowd is going to explode. Twitter is going to break in a matter of minutes with that kind of title hype. Because nobody would ever expect Kofi to leave the New Day to go singles. Because everybody just knows Kofi for, oh yeah, he's the dude from New Day. He's joyous, he's happy, he does all this crazy dumb shit. Nobody would expect him to break off the New Day. You need to break that team up and send everybody on their own way and give Kofi the push he needs right now. Because Kofi, I don't know if you see it. I don't know if WWE sees it. I know I've seen it. When I see the New Day in the ring and Kofi gets tagged in, that crowd goes bananas. Am I lying there? That crowd goes bananas. What do you think?
I gotta say, I liked Kofi when he was a singles competitor. I don't really like the New Day.
So, I mean...
a lot of the crowd always loves the New Day, but the New Day just... I think they're too playable and unicorns and pancakes and bootios, and I know that's like supposed to be a fun part of the show,
Right.
but I just don't like that part. I don't think the New Day, all three of them as individual people, if they weren't doing all that funny weird shit, could make it somewhere. Xavier Woods probably should be in 205 Live or something. He could get a Cruiserweight Championship. I don't know. But Kofi and Big E both could be good champions in WWE if they weren't doing all that weird freaking unicorns and all that shit.
Well, I mean, in their own right, they're what, 4-time tag team champions?
Yeah.
They've done good in New Day. I think it's just time to break them up. I mean, the Shield was, what, together all of a year? Didn't have no problem breaking them up quick. You've let the New Day be a tag team for 4 years. It's time to change. I mean, the WWE might not see it, but it's time.
They even had the Raw tag team championships for what, 400 and something days. They made the record. They are, the New Day is forever going to be remembered, and for the record of the Raw tag team.
So, I mean, but you agree with me, right? It's time to break them up?
I've never really liked any of those, so I'm sure. I think that the Usos are my favorite tag team right now.
Down since day one.
Yep. That's probably, on SmackDown at least, that's my favorite tag team right now.
Who's your favorite tag team in history?
Well, you know I'm an Undertaker fan.
So, the Brothers of Destruction.
Yes, sir.
Damn. I'd have never thought it.
Here is your